Now it's time to learn how to actually move around the file system. And this is where the cd command comes in. cd stands for change directory. If ls is like looking around a room, cd is like walking through a doorway into a different room. And just like in a building, there are different ways to describe how to get somewhere. You can give the full address from the entrance, or you can give directions relative to where you're standing right now. That's the difference between absolute and relative paths. And understanding both is essential for working effectively in Linux. Every task you do, of course, involves being in the right place in Linux. You cannot edit a config file if you can't get to it, run a script if you're not in the right directory, etc., etc. Navigation is the foundation of everything else. So this is an important one for you to get comfortable with. The cd command is simple in concept. You type cd followed by where you want to go. After running the command, your current working directory changes. And if you run pwd afterward, print working directory, you'll see your new location confirmed. Unlike ls, the cd command doesn't produce any output when it succeeds. It just silently changes your location. So no news is good news. If you don't see an error, it worked. If you try to cd to a directory that doesn't exist, you will get an error. And if you try to cd to a directory you don't have permission to access, you'll also get an error. And these errors are helpful because they tell you exactly what went wrong. Let's talk about the two ways to specify a location, starting with absolute paths. An absolute path is the complete address of a file or directory starting from the root of the file system. In Linux, the root is represented by a single /. Every absolute path starts with the slash because it starts from the very top of the directory tree. You see some examples of absolute paths. Notice how each one begins with that /, and that's how you know that it's absolute. The key characteristic of an absolute path is that it works no matter where you currently are in the file system. Think of absolute paths like a full street address, including city, state, and zip. No matter where you're mailing a letter from, that full address gets to that same destination. You want to use absolute paths in scripts. When you write shell scripts, you're typically using absolute paths because the script might run from any location, and you want it to work reliably regardless of where someone executes it from. Also, when referencing system directories, these are typically written as absolute paths because they're fixed system locations. And when you're giving instructions to others, you want to use absolute paths. If you're telling a coworker to check a specific file, giving them the absolute path means they can get there from anywhere without confusion. Let's say you're a system admin writing a backup script. The script needs to copy files from one place to another. You use absolute paths because the script will be run by a cron job, and you have no control over what the current directory might be when cron executes it. Now, the second way, relative paths. A relative path describes a location based on where you currently are, and it does not start with that /. So you're just saying, from where I am right now, go into the documents folder. No leading slash. Just describe the path relative to your current location. There are advantages to using relative paths, like they're shorter and faster to type when you're navigating nearby directories. If you're already in a specific directory and you want to access a subdirectory, you don't need to type the full path. And the disadvantage is obviously that they only work correctly from a specific starting location. Think of relative paths like giving directions to someone standing next to you. Go down the hall, turn left, second door on the right. Those directions only work from that starting point. Another reason to use relative paths, if you're a developer working in your project directory and the project has subfolders, subdirectories for source, tests, and docs, you can be constantly moving between these folders, so using relative paths is much faster than typing absolute paths every time. Linux has several shortcuts that make navigation a lot more efficient, and these are essential to learn. A single dot represents your current directory, and it might seem useless. You're like, why do I need that? But it's actually used frequently, not just with cd. You'll use it when running scripts in the current directory or when copying files to your current location. 2 dots represent the parent directory, the directory one level above where you are. So cd space ... takes you up one level, and you can chain these together. That'll take you up 2 levels, for example. You can also combine double dot with other path elements. This example says go up 1 level, then into other folder. So let's think of a scenario. You're in the Nginx examining log files and you want to check the Apache log files Instead of typing the full path, you just use this double dot. Takes you up one level and then into the Apache 2 that you want. It's quick and easy. The tilde is a shortcut for your home directory. As you can see this example, it can take you home from anywhere in the file system. And you can also use it as part of a path. That's very useful because you don't need to know or type the full path to your home directory. Let's say you've been working in the system directories, maybe in the Etsy sites available, and you need to get back to your personal files. Just type cd space tilde in your home. And then you can even reference other users' home directories with the tilde. If you have permission to access those, then that would work. The dash is a great shortcut taking you back to whatever directory you were in before your last cd command. It's like an undo for navigation. If you're jumping back and forth between two directories, cd space dash lets you toggle between them instantly. Say you're a security analyst comparing configuration files in Etsy Nginx and with the logs they produce, and you need to keep checking the config and then the log and then back to the config. You can keep bouncing between the two locations with just cd space dash. And another shortcut is if you just type cd with no arguments at all, it takes you to your home directory, the same as cd with the tilde. That's the fastest way home, 3 keystrokes, C, D, and enter. Well, there's also such a thing as tab completion. This isn't a command. It's a feature of the shell that will save you a lot of time typing. When you're typing a path, you can press the tab key to autocomplete directory and file names. Just start typing what you want to type and then press tab. In this example, if it's the only directory that starts with ng, the shell completes it for you. If there are multiple matches, though, pressing tab twice shows you all the options. And this also works with relative paths. If you're in your home directory and have folders like documents, downloads, and desktop, you just type cd do, press tab twice, and you'll see the documents and downloads as options. You can type one more letter to disambiguate that. Then press tab and it completes to documents if you've typed the C. Now, tab completion isn't only convenient, it also prevents typos. A typo in a path could mean running a command on the wrong file, or a script failing at 3 a.m., for example. So get in the habit of using tab. Let's just think of a few navigation workflows to show how these concepts combine. Say you're system administrator checking a web server configuration. You SSH into a web server and need to check the configuration there, and you can see this example of how you would do that. You're a developer working on a project, and you're working on a web application. Here's an example for you. You might be a security analyst investigating logs. So take a look at this example for investigating a potential security incident. And you see how we mix absolute and relative paths depending on what's most efficient. Here you've got a combination. You start with the absolute, you've got the relative, the absolute, and using your shortcuts as well. That's real-world navigation. Well, to potentially save you some frustration, we'll cover some common navigation mistakes. Trying to CD into a file isn't going to work. You can only CD into directories. Another mistake is missing the starting slash on absolute paths. See, Etsy in this example doesn't have a forward slash at the beginning. So what that's going to do is the shell's going to look for a directory called Etsy inside your current location, and you'll probably get an error. Another issue is spaces in directory names. If a directory has a space in its name, which isn't as common in Linux as you find in Windows, but it still can happen, you're either going to have to quote it and close it in quotes or escape the space with the backward slash. Another mistake is just forgetting where you are. So that's why I use pwd if you're unsure of your current location. If you run commands from the wrong directory, that can have unintended consequences.